I'll be doing a collective reading for you guys. I've already cleansed the space and said a prayer over the cards, so we're going to go ahead and get the overall energy with this oracle deck, clarify with the tarot, and finish off with the final message from Spirit. I hope you're all doing well. I'm doing all right, better every day. Let's go ahead and get into it, please, and thank you, Spirit. One card for the overall energy of the reading. Only the truth may come out, make it clear, please, and thank you, Spirit. Truth be told, with never-ending story at the bottom of the deck. The number 14 or the number 37 could be significant. The number 5 as well. Alright, so this is the overall energy. Truth be told, number 14. Let's see why truth be told is here. Number 14. Truth be told, honesty, accepting things at face value, coming out of denial, the willingness to be transparent, clarity of communication. The oracle's message: there is the truth, which is the essence of a thing, and then there is a truth, subjective according to the philosophy of the adherent or believer. This is not a time for debate about which truth is truer. It is a time when you are called to proclaim your truth out loud and be willing to be transparent, honest, and open in your communication with others and with yourself. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion. Nothing less than surrender to what is, peeling off the layers of denial that kept you tied to an illusion will set you free. Be authentic and gloriously flawed, and Spirit will answer with miracles. So with truth be told coming out as the overall energy of the reading, maybe there's some type of honesty that you need to have with someone. This could be in relation to love, as I'm looking at the heart-shaped roses on this card, okay? Window open is like window to the soul, maybe. You maybe need to be transparent, coming out of denial. Maybe you are accepting something about a situation, okay, taking it as face value, as it says, like it is what it is, accepting something. But I kind of feel like maybe you need to, I feel like you accept it, but it's like, I kind of feel like you're tiptoeing around having a conversation with someone and like setting boundaries about a certain relationship, maybe, okay? Kind of like leading someone on to believe that there's going to be more than what it is, okay? Like if someone wants to be with you, okay, and you know good and well that that ship has sailed, you have no intentions on being with them, maybe you need to tell the truth and let this person know, like, I have no intentions on going back and visiting that chapter of my life. Instead of, just letting them continue on, insinuating maybe, them returning. Okay? The prosperity message. Are you willing to do whatever it takes to experience the prosperous life you desire? If you want to be an artist, do you make your art a priority? If you want to be a healer, do you set time aside to learn new things to help you serve? A writer must write and a singer must sing. Being true to your calling is essential to your moving forward. There is another oracle message here too. It's time to have a look at the real, honest truth about your thoughts, feelings, and beliefs about prosperity. About your relationship to money, to compensation, and to meaningful work. Ask yourself, what is true for me? And you will find the key to abundance. All right, so I feel like you have to be true with yourself as well. Be authentic. And don't feed yourself lies either, I feel like, okay? And then 37 at the bottom of the deck, never-ending story, self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary dramas. The Oracle's message. There is a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manners of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, you must not go there, should not say that, lest your world come crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, scared, conditioned part of you that got stuck in a lie and wants to protect you and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your fearful parts, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. All right. So you could be maybe very self-critical of yourself. Okay, you have a wounded ego. All right, maybe just not believing in yourself. That type of energy. Okay. The prosperity message. Fear, envy, procrastination, greed, and the perception of victimhood could all be active in your life at this moment. Are you comparing yourself with others, thinking their success should be yours? Maybe you are afraid of all the good that is coming your way. So you step out of your lane, totally aware of what you are doing, but seemingly powerless to stop yourself. Are you back where you started, or in a situation that reminds you of past failures? Financial insecurity scaring you? You must learn to love yourself through missteps and sabotaging moments. Use criticism constructively right now. Better yet, stop telling the story altogether. Make up a new one. The universe loves you deeply and will wait for you to figure that out. Tell a new story, and success is all but guaranteed. You can do it. Okay? So, as I said, you could be very self-critical of yourself and just, hard on yourself about the things that didn't work out, or, about you self-sabotaging. Like, why did I do this? Oh, I'm so stupid. That type of energy. But let's see. Okay, so it says here, the core message, there's a situation where honesty, self-awareness, and openness are essential to break free from a cycle of pain, doubt, or insecurity that keeps repeating. The truth, either about your own feelings, someone else's intentions, or the reality of the situation, needs to be faced and expressed to stop the loop of emotional suffering. A deeper meaning. Truth be told, authenticity, honesty, and clarity. Removing masks, expressing real feelings, and seeing things as they truly are. So as I said, it's like if you're beating around the bush for something, avoiding having a conversation with someone about something, setting something straight, you need to do that. Express your real feelings, okay? Be authentic and honest, okay? And then never-ending story 37 at the bottom. A repetitive cycle of self-criticism, fear, or unhealed wounds that keeps playing out in relationships, choices, or internal dialogue. Together, these indicate you may be caught in a story of doubt or insecurity that stems from not acknowledging or communicating the full truth. The pattern continues because either truths have been avoided or old beliefs like I'm not enough or they'll hurt me have not been challenged, okay? And then the solution is radical honesty, with yourself and possibly with others to break the cycle and release emotional heaviness, okay? As I said, I really feel like there's something that you're avoiding saying to someone. And it could be out of, just a bit of fear of how they'll react. Maybe you tiptoe around people's feelings. You don't want to hurt their feelings. Okay, maybe you don't want them to spiral out of control. You don't want them to start, just changing their behavior in a negative way. Okay, you could be trying to just keep the peace. Okay, but I feel like in order for you to fully release something and move on and get out of this never-ending story, you have to tell the truth. Okay, you have to tell someone, regardless of how they're going to take it. Regardless of, you may have children with someone and be assuming I I don't want to tell this person that I don't want to be with them, because then they're going to not take care of our children. Then they're going to abandon. Then they're going to walk out of our life, la da 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 da, okay? If that's what they choose to do, because you decide to let them know, I don't want to be in a relationship with you anymore, then that's what they choose to do. And Spirit, God, your ancestors will handle that person accordingly, because you do not get to just spiritually abandon your children and your responsibilities as a mother or father because the person you made children with no longer wants to be with you. You don't have the right to say, well, I'm going to punish you for it by never calling my children or buying them anything or doing anything for them or being in their lives. Okay, so don't you worry about how they're going to respond to it. All right, whatever they choose to do, they'll have to deal with the consequences, okay? So, yeah. It says overall energy, this is about liberation through truth. You are being called to be transparent to your own feelings and to let go of narratives that no longer serve you. Once you face the truth and speak it, the repeating drama loses its grip. All right? So, yeah. Let's get some clarity. Thank you for that, Spirit. 11:22 on the timer, 8:44 on the clock. Let's go. Clarify, truth be told. Please and thank you, Spirit. One card at a time. The Emperor comes out. Respect, leadership, stability, structure, rules, and power. Authority, father figure. Protection, control, discipline, focus, practicality. Okay? At the bottom, 4 of Wands, celebration, joy, harmony, marriage, home, community, and homecoming. All right? Someone, male in your life, this could be the father of your children, a father figure, okay, could be talking about maybe coming home, you know, like coming back to be with you, as I said earlier, and you need to speak some truth about that, okay? The number 444 could be significant, or the number 44. 444 definitely is significant, okay? The Death card here, endings, beginnings, change, transformation, transition, metamorphosis, and end of cycle. Yeah, it's like the cycle is ending, okay, and you ended, and you need to just go ahead and let this person know, you know, I have no plans on being with you, okay? We're not doing this. You're not coming home. To me, someone could be saying, I'm ready to come home after, you know, being gone away from you and your children for months or years, dealing with other people, and all of a sudden they think they can just come back into your life and pick up where you guys left off at after not being there and after dealing with other people and doing whatever they were doing, okay? 8 of Wands, rapid action, speed, movement, swift change, manifesting quickly, quick decisions, and air travel, okay? Let's see, what else? Please and thank you, Spirit. For truth be told, one card at a time. The World card, completion, accomplishment, wholeness, attainment, fulfillment, travel, celebration of life. I feel like, yeah, a cycle is closed out, so a cycle is complete, and you need to let this person know, like, this is done. We're not doing this anymore. The Moon card at the bottom, illusions, mystery, dreams, intuition, fear, anxiety, subconscious premonition. You may have some type of fear or anxiety about, you know, communicating this to this person, all right? But you shouldn't be, you know, just feeding them illusions and making them think that, although, you know, they may have done that to you, you know, you have to be a better person, okay? You don't have to, you know, allow this person back into your life or anything like that, and you don't feel bad for, you know, trying to move forward with your life, knowing that this person, you know, serves you no more or no good. 4 of Pentacles at the bottom, saving money, security, conservation, sacredcy, control, and fragility. And then the 10 of Pentacles. I feel like what you don't know, though, is that this person is holding on to you for monetary gain, okay? It's like they know what you bring to the table. They know, you know, how powerful you are, how magical you are, the essence of you, you know. They're holding on to you for other reasons outside of, I just love you so much and I want to be with you. Because I feel like if that was the case, they would have never went off for months and years and dealt with other people anyway. Okay, the moment you guys separated, they would have realized, oh, this is not what I want, let's fix it. Okay, they let it go on for months and years. They didn't care. They were out enjoying their life. Now they want to come back because whatever was going on while they were away from you was no longer going on. They're no longer benefiting from it. They're no longer enjoying that situation. Okay, what else? Please and thank you, Spirit, for truth be told. One card at a time. I'm going to shuffle. One card. What else for truth be told? Please and thank you, Spirit. The number 3 could be significant as well. For truth be told, please and thank you, Spirit. Alright, Judgment. All these are major arcanas. Lots of major life changes are happening in your life, okay? Major arcana again right here at the bottom. This is the World card. This is Judgment. Judgment, rebirth, inner calling, a new phase, absolution, reckoning, awakening, redemption, forgiveness, and mercy. Yeah. Alright, I just really feel like Spirit is letting you know you need to speak a truth, okay? Stop beating around the bush. Stop tiptoeing around somebody's feelings. You need to be brave, confident, say what you need to say. It's like, I don't know what you're afraid of. This person is not gonna come and attack you, and if they are, if you feel like they are, of course, keep your distance. Stay away from this person, okay? If they know where you live at or something like that, maybe I can understand a bit more of you, not trying to set this person off if they're a lunatic, okay? The World card here. Good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, turning point. Oh my God, it's just so many majors. The Lovers. Okay, so good luck, karma, life cycles, destiny, turning point, change, inevitable fate, ups and downs. Yeah, I feel like once you speak this truth, call this judgment, say something, okay? The wheel is turning, okay? Maybe new love will be coming in with this Lovers here. Love, harmony, relationships, partnerships, sexuality, passion, values, alignment, deep love, a choice, the strength of two together. Yeah, but you first need to be honest, speak a truth, okay? Set clear boundaries, direct communication, stop beating around the bush, okay? If you're asking a yes or no question, the answer is yes. What else? Please and thank you, Spirit, for truth be told. The Hangman. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more card. One more card. If another major arcana comes out for the last one. Oh my God, okay. Pause, surrender, letting go, new perspective, enlightenment, viewing things differently than before, deep insight, sacrifice, change, release. Yeah. I definitely feel like you care about this person, okay? And that could be what it is while you're tiptoeing around their feelings. You don't want to hurt their feelings. You don't want, to upset them or anything like that. But I feel like it's necessary, for you to speak this truth. And it's going to be a release. Like, it's like the last part to releasing something, letting something go completely. I feel like moving on, okay? The Six of Swords, transition, change, leaving behind, releasing baggage, moving on. Last piece to release something, okay? 3 of Swords, heartbreak, suffering, grief, emotional pain, sorrow, hurt, divorce, loss, depression. Last piece to maybe healing from this heartbreak. Okay, this person could have left you out in the cold here. 5 of Pentacles, lack of mindset, isolation. It's like that is going to be no more once you, communicate this to this person, okay? I feel like you keep beating around the bush with this person. They can continue to play and dibble and dabble in your energy. And as I said earlier, I just feel like they're not even here from a space of, I really love you. I know I messed up and I want to make it right because I really love you and I don't want to live my life without you. It's really coming from a space of, well, what I left you for is no longer making me excited anymore, and I see you're doing better over there than I am over here, and this isn't working out for me anymore, so I just rather come back over there to you. But of course they're not going to say it in those words. They're going to be saying, I miss you. I love you. I'm sorry for what I did. I miss my children. I want to come back. That type of energy, okay? One more, please, and thank you, Spirit, for truth be told. One more. I'm going to shuffle. Yeah, it's like you cannot trust this person. I just need the Five of Swords. You can't trust this person. Their intentions are not pure. The reason why they want to come back, and I feel like you came to terms with this in the past, but you're still beating around the bush about just releasing this person all in all, okay? One final card for this truth to be told, excuse me, Spirit. The Queen of Pentacles. Nurturing practicality, providing financially. Yeah, this person is struggling. They're struggling, and that's why they want to come in. Okay, because you're the Queen of Pentacles. They want somebody to take care of them. They could be asking you for money. Okay, King of Swords, head over heart, discipline, truthful, honest, mental clarity, authority. I feel like you realize this, though. You know, okay? And I feel like, as I said, you probably do want to release this person and move on, but it's like you just don't want to set this person off or anything like that, okay? You are already planning on, you know, not taking this person back or anything like that. So I don't know. They definitely want to spark something back up with you for monetary gain, though. Okay, so be aware of that. So that right there should give you all the ample energy or whatever ammo you need to say, you know what? Forget it. The fact that you think you're going to come in and use me financially, that's what you think. You want to come back and tell me you love me, this and that, all because you know, need some money, you need help in life, you don't really love me and want me. You're just trying to use me like you've been doing, okay? What about this Emperor here? Respect, leadership, stability, structure, rules, and power, authority, father figure, protection, control, discipline, focus, and practicality. One or two cards for this Emperor. Please and thank you, Spirit. Fire signs could be significant. Earth signs. All signs, actually. We don't have air out here, though. The Six of Pentacles, giving, receiving, sharing. Yeah, as I said, they want help. They want charity. The Moon card, illusions, mystery, dreams. They're feeding you illusions, all right? As if they want to come back or, you know, make some type of progress with you. They're playing games. One more for the Six of Pentacles here with the Emperor. The Six of Pentacles says giving, receiving, sharing, wealth, generosity, and charity. They want you to share your wealth with them. They want to be a part of a charity case. They want help. Like most people getting in relationships for the sake of assistance. The Knight of Cups, creativity, romantic, charm, imagination, beauty, knight in shining armor. Yeah, they're coming in trying to woo you, being sweet, being romantic, yada, 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 because they want help. Be aware of that. All right, what about this World card? Completion, accomplishment, wholeness, attainment, fulfillment, travel, celebration of life, and arriving. One or two cards, please, and thank you, Spirit, for the World card here. The Devil. Shadow, self-attachment, addiction, restriction, temptation, seduction. I don't know why I have all that mucus. It was a bit more chilly today than it normally is, and that's weird. It's very weird to me because it usually doesn't start getting cold until like late October. So late August, we haven't even gotten to September yet, and now it's like windy. It's talking about it's going to be like 60 degrees in the morning. That is a bit very unusual to me, okay? The Devil card. Shadow, self-attachment, addiction, restriction, sexuality, temptation, seduction, destructive behavior, materialism, codependency, and toxicity. It's time to close out that cycle, as it says here. King of Cups at the bottom. Emotionally balanced, compassion, diplomatic, control, balance, supportive leader, tolerance, and empathetic. Six of Cups, familiarity, happy memories, reminiscing, childhood memories, innocence, joy, nostalgia. Knight of Pentacles, hard work, productivity. I feel like you put in a lot of hard work and healing, okay? You know, to heal yourself. And there's something that you need to close out. Something that's toxic. Something from your past, okay? Maybe you've tolerated someone because you guys have children together, okay? But yeah, I feel like it's time for you to close that out. One more, please and thank you, Spirit, for this Devil card here with the World card. The Empress. Abundance, nurturing, fertility, feminine, good parenting. All three of these are major arcanas. Development, accomplishment, growth, evolution, and action. Okay, yeah, it's like you've learned, you've grown, you've evolved. Okay, abundance is coming in for you. You're just doing very good in life, and it's time that you cannot bring this devil or this toxic energy along with you. You're not going to make it far in this new timeline that you're trying to get into with this devil energy. Okay, this person is no good for you. All right, no matter how much you love them or how bad you feel about them or bad you feel for them, they're no good for you. And as I said, they're only coming back to use you. They need help, they need assistance. Page of Wands at the bottom. Inspiration, ideas, discovery, limitless potential, free spirit, exploration, and excitement. The Death card, endings, beginnings, change, transformation, transition, metamorphosis, end of cycle. And the King of Pentacles, wealth, business, leadership, security, discipline, abundance, prosperity, and generosity. Okay, yeah, I feel like Spirit is telling you, move on, go explore new things. Okay, close out that cycle. It's time for you to start something new, a new beginning, go through some type of change, a transformation, a transition, a metamorphosis in that cycle, and step into wealth, leadership. Okay, abundance, prosperity. Okay, what about this Judgment card here? Judgment, rebirth, inner calling, a new phase, absolution, reckoning, awakening, redemption, forgiveness, and mercy. Please and thank you, Spirit. Clarify this Judgment card. One or two for this Judgment, please and thank you, Spirit. The word Pluto could be significant. Page of Cups, creativity, creative opportunities, intuitive messages, curiosity, possibility, happy surprise, dreamer, sensitivity, and new love. At the bottom, we have the Nine of Cups, wish come true, contentment, satisfaction, emotional stability, luxury, and gratitude. Okay. Yeah. Once you call judgment, once you speak a truth, okay, I feel like things are definitely gonna start. Maybe new love is coming in, some type of wish come true, contentment, satisfaction, stability, luxury. Okay, maybe you're gonna have a stronger connection with Spirit. All right. Page of Swords, new ideas, curiosity, thirst for knowledge, new ways of communicating. You could be learning new things. Six of Swords, transition, change, leaving behind, releasing baggage, moving on. All right. But it's important that you move on. Drop the burdens. Release this person, okay? This person does nothing but stress you out. One more for the Page of Cups here with Judgment. Please and thank you, Spirit. One more for this Page of Cups here with the Judgment card. The Tower. Sudden change, upheaval, chaos, revelation, disaster, awakening, release, sudden insight. Okay, yeah. I feel like you definitely are going to make this change, okay? This major change, this sudden change, and that's releasing this person. Calling judgment, saying, letting this person know, you know what? You could have talked to this person yesterday and entertained, or, didn't stop them from saying, oh, I want to be back together, whatever. But I feel like you're going to let them know, you know what, I thought about it and I just don't think it's a good idea. We're doing so much better like this, okay? And you probably don't even necessarily need to cut them out of your life completely, but you definitely need to set boundaries and let them know that you have no intentions on being romantic with them, okay? Or maybe even not even friends, okay? Because I feel like this person probably calls you all the time. Even if you make it known like we're not going to be in a relationship, they might still, just try to be in your energy and want to be on the phone with you all day, talking to you all day, and maybe that is not a good idea either. It's fine for you to be cordial with this person, as I say, if you have children with this person, but it's just really not acceptable, I feel like, or the norm, if you're not together, for this person to be calling you and on the phone with you all day, like as if you're best friends, because I feel like that's not the case. Especially if this person is a user, they want to use you, they want to abuse you, they want to keep you trapped and stuck and bound. Those are their true intentions behind having contact with you. Maybe they want to stop something else from coming in, okay? They don't genuinely want the best for you. They want to be with you, only the best for you if they're with you, and otherwise they want you to suffer, okay? Magician at the bottom. Action, creation, manifestation, power, self-confidence, clarity, willpower, skill, creativity. The Justice card, justice, fairness, truth, clarity, equality, balance, cause and effect, law. And then the Six of Wands, public recognition, victory, progress, and self-confidence. Okay. Yeah, I feel like you're going to step into your power, your confidence. You're going to speak a truth, okay? The Justice talks about truth, justice, clarity, equality, balance, fairness. The number 111 could be significant, okay? And I just feel like once you speak that truth to someone, some type of victory, okay, progress is going to be made, okay? What about this Hangman? Pause, surrender, letting go, new perspective, enlightenment, viewing things differently than before, deep insight, sacrifice, change, and release. 1 or 2 cards for this Hangman, please and thank you, Spirit. The High Priestess. So many major arcanas. This is crazy. Intuition, sacred knowledge, the subconscious, divine, feminine, trust yourself, sensitivity, purity, high morals, okay? You need to trust the guidance that you're getting, okay? If spirit is telling you, your spirit is telling you, it's time for you to let go, release, sacrifice, surrender something, that's what you need to do. Look at something from a new perspective. All right, you need to trust your intuition, the sacred knowledge, your subconscious. Trust yourself, okay? Page of Swords at the bottom, new ideas, curiosity, thirst for knowledge, new ways of communicating. I feel like because you're not following your intuition right now, that is probably what is stopping you from, really tapping deep into that mental aspect of your intuition and things of that sort, okay? If you feel like you aren't getting anywhere spiritually, your spiritual gifts are blocked, your intuition, whatever, it's because you're not trusting your intuition, okay? You're already, you could have been literally getting this inkling for a long time, like, I need to release this person, I need to tell them the truth, that I have no plans on being with this person, you have to do it. 6 of Swords, transition, change, leaving behind, releasing baggage, moving on. And then the 10 of Wands, burden, extra responsibility, hard work, completion. Yeah. You have to let this person know that you're moving on and releasing burdens, okay? Maybe that they just cause too much drama in your life. It's too much responsibility, hard work. Like, life is a lot more easier without them, okay? I'm sorry. It sounds so harsh. Like, my life is so much simpler since you've been gone. So much better since you've been gone. It's like, this person is a lunatic. Or they're going to, as I said, not take care of their responsibilities as a mother or father once you set boundaries with them or let them know that truth, okay? One more for this High Priestess here with the Hangman. The Queen of Cups, compassion, comfort, calm, nurturing. Maybe it's saying, like, you can say it in a compassionate way, okay? Maybe be calm, don't snap at this person or anything. All right? 6 of Wands at the bottom, public recognition, victory, progress, self-confidence. 4 of Swords, rest, relaxation, meditation, contemplation, recuperation, retreat, renewal, solitude. And then the 2 of Swords, difficult decision, avoidance, weighing options, and deadlock. Okay, it's like you're meditating on making a choice about something. The 6 of Swords talks about moving on. Yeah, it's like you're meditating, trying to decide whether or not you should release this person, and you should. Okay. What about this Queen of Pentacles here? Nurturing, practical, providing financially, a working parent. Please and thank you, Spirit. 1 or 2 for this Queen of Pentacles here. The Two of Cups, unified love, partnership, mutual attraction, proposal, marriage, and connection. At the bottom, Page of Swords, new ideas, curiosity, thirst for knowledge, new ways of communicating, restless mental agility. Okay, so I had to pull this up because every time I see the Page of Swords, I cannot like get a clear energy from it. Like, I know people say it's just being curious, maybe being nosy, asking questions. I don't know how to really describe the Page of Swords. 9:09 is on the clock though. The Page of Swords says his mental energy. It suggests that you are eager to know more, ask questions, and get clarity. It can indicate researching, observing, or even spying in a lighthearted sense. It also a card of honest communication, but sometimes it shows a tendency to speak without filter or jump to conclusions. When upright, a new idea or insight, asking questions, studying, being watchful or cautious. In short, the Page of Swords says stay curious, seek the truth, and think before you act. Observe carefully and learn. All right, the Page of Swords, Six of Swords, transition, change, leaving behind, releasing baggage, moving on. And then the Ten of Wands, burden, extra responsibility, hard work, completion. Okay. Yeah, this Page of Swords really just throws me off completely. Because I just don't know how to, even with that, I just don't know how to use this damn Page of Swords. But with this Two of Cups, clarifying the Queen of Pentacles, unified love, partnership, mutual attraction, proposal, marriage, connection. Someone could be watching you, okay? Maybe it's like once you release this, move on, let go of some type of baggage. Maybe some type of love could be coming in, okay? A partnership. Proposal. One more, please, and thank you, Spirit. Someone may be trying to propose to you to keep you from walking away. Okay, all of a sudden they want to talk about, I want to get married now. Page of Pentacles, manifestation, financial opportunity, skill development, ambition, desire. Yeah, that's kind of what I'm getting. Like, just to manifest you or get something out of you, or, you know, it talks about financial opportunity. Okay, to get what they desire. Somebody might just, you know, say, all right, I'm ready to get married. Ten of Swords at the bottom. Painful endings, deep wound, betrayal, loss, crisis, failure, collapse, defeat. The Magician, action, creation, manifestation, power, self-confidence, clarity, willpower, skill, and creativity. And then the Nine of Cups. Wish come true, contentment, satisfaction, emotional stability, luxury, and gratitude, okay? I feel like something definitely is coming to an end, okay? And it's going to make you happy and content. It's like you manifested maybe something ending completely. You're standing your ground against something, okay? But just summing up the reading, okay? As I was saying throughout the whole entire reading, it's like you need to speak a truth. All right, to someone, stop beating around the bush. Stop letting them believe that you guys have a future together when you know good and well in your heart and your mind, you've made your mind up and you have no intentions on, you know, taking this anywhere else than where you guys left off at months or years ago. Once that ended, you know, you may have, you know, sat and cried all these months and years later, but when you set your intentions on never taking this person back, you meant that it was set in stone. So it's like, you know, deep in your heart, there'll never be an opportunity for you guys to rekindle this, okay? So I just feel like you need to let this person know that as well. And then once you do, I feel like it's like a weight will be lifted, a chain, like literally an energy shift will happen once you let that be known. Speak it to this person, okay? Be honest and speak that truth. Some type of shift is going to happen once you speak that truth and say, you know what, I love you, I care about you, you know, I always will love you, I want the best for you. And maybe, hopefully, you know, we can stay cordial with each other. But as far as us ever being in a relationship, and it could even go as far as, you know, seeing each other, hanging out with each other, being in close proximity with each other again, it's just not going to happen. That's just not in the cards. We can co-parent, you know, you can call the children. I have no problem with that, okay? But as far as us, you know, being in the same space with each other, I have no ill feelings towards you, but we just cannot cross those lines again. And I just don't want to be in that type of space with you anymore. I'm ready to release that, close that chapter of my life and move on. I have no intentions on being with you in any type of romantic way or even in a platonic way. My only intentions is to communicate with you for the sake of our children, and that's it, and that's all. All right. But that is the message that I have for you guys today. I really hope that you enjoyed this message. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'll see you guys on the next one, and you guys have a wonderful day. Thank you.